Hey guys, this is the real deal. First video in a while. So I'm changing out a belt basically on my Ulterra Minn Kota trolling motor, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that today. So step one, we take the housing cover off, which is 7 torque head screws, and we got to take the gasket off. Then we got to take these 4 screws on the side out. 1, 2, there's 2 more over here. And yeah, pull that belt out, put the other one in. I'm going to pause it right now, and I'm going to unscrew this and bring you guys back. Alright, this is unscrewed. It's going to come out. Set that aside. Gasket right here. That comes off. Set that aside. Now you have this belt here around this gear. This trim gear is what basically runs the belt up and down. So we got to take this belt off because it separates right here, and in order to do that you have to do that. So I'm going to pause it and come back again. Alright, that's all done. You might need a screwdriver or something because it's pretty tight to pop that off. So now you undo these 4 screws and gently pull the unit apart. Then pause it and bring it back again. Alright, those 4 screws are out. Now when you do this, you got to be very careful here. This is the tedious part. I'm going to try to put you up somewhere, but you want to be very careful because these wires are ran all throughout here, basically kind of perfect. So when you pop this open, they're all going to get kind of loose and whatnot, but the less you move everything, the easier it's going to be to put back together. You mainly want to watch out for this release because there's a little spring in there. You obviously can't see it now, but it's got a little spring in there. That's what slides it in and out when you take it off the steering unit. Don't lose that, and you got to be very particular when you put that in, and this outer connection point, because that connects to the pins, which gives this unit power. So that needs to be in those slots, kind of exactly how you pulled it off. If you're pretty good at it, that won't move too much. You basically don't want this to move at all. Just pop it open, take the gear out, put the belt on, and put the thing back together. The quicker you are, the better, because you don't forget where everything goes, and everything should still be right where it's at. Alright, so I'm going to set you up here. Alright, you guys are up there. I'm going to try my best to pop this open so you guys can see. Man, it's together good. There it goes. Okay, that spring came out. I don't know if you guys saw that. That whole piece comes out anyways. Last time I did this, I opened it like this because I don't want this box to come out. I want that to kind of stay where it's at with those wires and those ones. Alright. Open this up like this. Found it easier to pop it open like that last time I did it, so I'm going to do it again. Said everything's going to stay in here fairly nice. That spring's right there. I need that. Okay. This spring goes in this guy right here. Come on. Alright, and then as you guys can see, there's a little space right there. That box, that spring sits right in there. Like so. Like I said, it's a pain in the butt, but that's how it's got to go. Might just leave that out to the end. So now you have access to the belt. has the guide. Don't lose that. Shouldn't need to come out. But it's the easiest way to do this. Off a wheel. Feed this belt through. Get it out of the way. It's okay if these gears come off, just remember how it goes on. Alright. Go ahead and get your new belt. I find it easier to leave more at the bottom end than the top. So that's what I'm going to do, just from what I've experienced. Thread it around in there, like so. Get it around that wheel as well, the guide wheel. Let me put this other wheel back on. Takes a little bit of work, but eventually you'll get her. There it goes. Alright, new belt's on. So, now we just gotta put it back together. The easy part. Just kidding. Alright. So, remember this part faces up towards the top of the unit. You don't want to put it in backwards. Did that on the last one. Had to take it all apart again. So, okay. Give you guys a closer look so you can see what's going on in here. All these wires, this goes back in there, up in here, around it, behind it. So when you put that back on, you gotta make sure it's in that spot. That box is better to not take it out, or you're gonna mess with them wires. And there's where the spring goes. There's a little square in the plastic. It goes in there on both ends, and there is the other part right here. Alright, so I'm going to flip this back over and put it back on. It definitely takes two hands. Take your time with it. If you don't have patience, this probably isn't for you. I'll show you this. So there's the spring. Got to push this all together. Back to one unit. Make sure that bracket lines up again. I can't believe I accidentally stopped that other video. My bad. Okay. Alright. So. There it goes. If it's an older unit, like the 2015 It's going to be a little bit more of a headache because your wires aren't new inside. They're a little worn down. But like this one, you got to pop it down a little bit, get it out of the way so you can hit your hole. And the wire's still in the way. Looks alright to me. I'm going to start these so you can see. I'm going to show you real quick. Alright. Once you get these in, seems good. Seems good. Okay. Check your release. Make sure it moves. If not, your spring's not in there. And you're going to tear it apart and get it back where it needs to go. But if you do it all correctly, like I showed you, it should be good. Just take your time with it. It's not fun, I'm going to tell you that right now, but don't be afraid to get in here and do it. Better than buying another $150 trim housing unit with a belt in it. Should Minn Kota make an easier way to do it? Absolutely. Will they? Probably not. Alright. I've not had the greatest luck with the Ulterra from my experiences, but I know how to tear it apart and do just about all the work on it. So there's no reason not to have it. There's a lot of moving parts on here that can go wrong. And basically every single one has gone wrong. I also bought a 2015 model, or 16, whatever you want to call it. And so I basically replaced everything on it now. I hit a wave about 2 weeks ago, and it wasn't good. Broke just about everything. So this belt here, don't put it on how I'm putting it on. Start on this side first, because it's going to give you more room. It's going to give you like an extra 1/8 of an inch. Okay, and start it over here, turn the wheel, it's going to slide on. Don't try stretching it because you're going to break it, then you need to order another one of those. Alright, so now gasket goes on. Like so. Get it on there nicely so your inside of this doesn't corrode. Alright. Put the housing cover back on. Each one of these, on these newer trim housing units, will have rubber on the screws. I don't know if you can see that. Just to seal it, keep the water out. Don't lose them. Once I put these on, that's basically it. I'm going to go throw this on my unit. Thanks for watching. The real deal. Like, subscribe. I know this is going to be the only video out here like it now, because that's why I'm making it. There's no other video on YouTube that shows you how to replace this like this. So again, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and go enjoy some fishing. Alright guys, a little added clip here, because I know some of you guys are going to ask how to get it through the steering unit. So what I do is, after you get all those wires through here, be careful, because there's a plastic piece up in there. That's the guide. It will fall out if you're not careful enough, so be careful. So I took the best super glue ever, which is the Gorilla Gel. I put a little dab on the inside of here, and then basically I'm going to shove this out like so. I don't think it went through. No, it came off. So hold on. So put the gel on like there. This part doesn't really matter on the belt because it's getting locked in down there anyways. So hold it for probably about a minute and then slide her on through. Alright, it should be dried enough. Oh, it's catching on that battery. Hold on. Alright, there we go. And voila, she's through. This is my setup so you guys can see it. I could work on it, have power to it. It's off the boat and the trailer, so that doesn't hit the trailer, so I can actually deploy it and test it. The pledge is there because they recommend using it on the shaft to help lubricate it. So there you guys go. Alright, hope you enjoyed the video. That was a little extra bonus content, and take care.